As you're about to hear in today's episode, it's been a real back and forth, up and down sort of week. Normally we try to watch the movie at some point early in the week, record on Thursday or Friday evening. That gives me the whole weekend to turn it around, do some editing, get it uploaded and sent off. Today we watched, recorded, and edited this podcast, all in the same 6-hour period. And honestly, it was a great way to finish off a 2-day hangover. I felt spry and ready to live by the time I was done with it. Anyway, happy birthday, Jason, and welcome to You've Got Mails.
CJ, you were kind enough to let me pick a movie for my birthday, and I think I may have picked one that aged even more poorly than I have. Welcome to You Got Mails, everybody. I'm Jason. I'm here with CJ, and on today's episode, my own personal pick, Bridget Jones's Diary.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man.
Are you?
I'm already not feeling it. I'm not sure what you're talking about, aged poorly.
You didn't think this movie aged poorly?
No.
You don't think that a 140-pound woman being called fat the entire movie was not great?
I kind of disagreed with a lot of that. I didn't quite see it because...
And how everyone in this movie is fucking terrible. Like, everyone cheats on everyone.
Everybody's bad. Everybody's a bad guy.
I had fond memories of this movie. I saw this around the time it came out. The person I was with at the time was a big fan, and, like, we watched it, and I was like, this is great. Like, I think this is fantastic. It's a Richard Curtis movie. So this is the guy that did Love Actually.
Aliens.
No. Love Actually.
Jurassic Park.
No. Love Actually. Notting Hill. Like, this guy's got some big movies under his belt.
Like, him and Hugh Grant. They're like dog collared
and
together.
Mr. Bean. This movie was missing Mr. Bean.
Every movie is missing Mr. Bean.
That's true. Did you know anything about this movie? Had you seen it?
I did not know anything, and I'm glad I didn't, actually. I mean, I knew it was about Renee Zellweger.
Yeah.
I knew that part of the plot was that she was like, and I'm going to say this in hard air quotes, frumpy.
Yeah.
Because, like, a frumpy Renee Zellweger in 2001, and you take her out of a movie and put her next to 9 other women, she's probably going to be the most attractive woman there, right? Like... It's so funny when you see people on TV that like are supposed to be frumpy and you can just tell that they're gorgeous.
Yeah, I don't know. This movie I probably hadn't seen this movie in probably, I would say 15 years.
Oh yeah?
And we'll talk about it.
You talked a little bit of a game last week about it.
I was so excited. I went through the list and I was like, what movie on this list do I love? And that I really want to go back and watch again, and this was the one. I don't know what I did.
Boy, after last week's movie, what movie could we watch where they make smoking a main character of a movie?
Holy shit, yeah, well...
Holy shit, everybody in this movie, every set had to just reek.
Yeah, oh god, well, let's get into it. I guess it's just... Well, no, because that was Italians. Like, the British, I guess.
They were into it, man.
I mean, she was smoking...
Non-stop.
And then let you know constantly how many cigarettes a day she was up to.
42!
Those were all post-coitus.
42!
I mean, she had sex 42 times.
That is the answer to life, the universe, and everything right there.
Oh, man. Okay, 2001's Bridget Jones's Diary. We start with a voiceover.
Hell yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do. This movie, we talked about it. Bridget Jones, played by famously not British actress Renee Zellweger.
I had to look that up.
But convincing. Like, I'm pretty sure when I saw this movie for the first time, like, I'd probably seen her in other stuff. I know I had, because I'd seen her in
She's in one
Empire
of the Texas
Records,
Chainsaw movies.
With Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
I'd seen her in Empire Records. I'd seen her in Me, Myself, and Irene, I think came before this. Cause she
I
was
might
actually
have seen that 20 times.
Because she was dating Jim Carrey at the time she filmed this.
That's probably how you end up putting on 25 pounds.
But I still thought...
That would drive you nuts.
I think I may have thought she was British at the time. Because she does a decent British accent. She actually moved to England and lived there for a few months and worked at a publishing house under a pseudonym, or an alias. No one knew who she was. And she worked on her British accent and pretended to be British for... And she fooled, I guess, all the British people.
I had to Google it.
The reason I know she was
me with my perfect diction.
The reason I knew she was dating Jim Carrey at the time, because when I looked this up, she had a framed picture of him on her desk where she worked. And everyone, I guess, there thought it was weird, but nobody wanted to say anything and embarrass her because they thought she was a big Jim Carrey fan. It turns out she was dating him. Nobody knew who she was.
This is the same thing with me and Baby Spice.
You have pictures of her on your desk at work. But, we get the voiceover. It's New Year's Day of her 32nd year, so she's 32 years old. Renee Zellweger was also 32 years old when this was filmed.
And dare I say, a complete shriveled up old maid.
Oh, God, she's just absolutely hideous. There's points in this movie where they're like, how can you be single at 32? Whatever will you do? Whatever. And here I am at 44 years old. What am I going to do? I might as well just fucking call it.
Just the Sahara Desert between your legs, sir.
Yeah.
This is the thing. I was thinking about this while watching this. Was like, 20s are great. You have a lot of youth in your 20s.
Yeah.
You're spry. You can move better. Your knees are silent.
Not anymore.
30s, it starts to get a little rougher, but also I feel like my brain was fully formed. Like I look back at my 30s and I'm an idiot now, but I don't feel like I was a complete idiot. Like in my 20s,
Yeah.
I can't vouch for that guy. That guy was a waste.
Yeah.
Like in my 30s, I'm looking back, right now at the very last couple months of my 30s, and I'm looking back going, yeah, I'm decent. Like, I feel like I did all right.
Yeah, I think 30s is kind of where you hit that, you get all the bullshit out of your system.
Yeah.
And then you kind of start to make smart decisions. You start to plan for your future. You try not to ruin your life, do things that might ruin your life.
I'm not immortal, so I need to actually plan for the future. I need to start setting things up. My body still is functional for the most part. Like now I'm realizing I'm edging into my 40s. And if I carry more than 15 pounds going down a set of steps, my knees are going to just...
Let me tell you something, CJ. 44 years old as of Friday. So we're recording this on Sunday.
Yes.
So 2 days ago, I turned 44.
On the 4th of July.
The 4th of July. You have a big party for the 4th.
Absolutely.
I don't drink as much as I used to. Hardly ever, really. Because I've taken some steps, physical fitness wise.
You're a specimen, sir.
I'm trying to cut out the alcohol. I don't drink. I just don't have the urge to anymore. And I've just been laying off the booze. But you had a big party, so we drank. It was my birthday. Had a few drinks. Next day, good friend of ours invited us all over to watch Ozzy Osbourne and Black Sabbath's final concert on pay-per-view, a big pool party. I drank again. This morning I was praying for death. I was in bed, just Lord take me.
Still got up and went to the gym though.
I did get up and I worked out. But yeah, it's not the same. It's not the same as it used to be.
No, man. The hangovers, they double down. They make you feel the hangover depression is real rough.
Oh God.
I'm
working on a real serious sunburn because I wasn't smart. I may be 44, but I still don't put sunscreen on when I'm in the pool. Should we talk about this movie? Let's talk about this.
Yeah, let's talk about Renee
Let's talk about this movie. Look at the voiceover. She tells us that she is on her way to her mother's for dinner. Mom's having a turkey and curry buffet party.
I was interested.
They have some cool parties in this movie.
Yes.
Like we need to start working on some themed parties. They have the turkey and curry buffet party. It's like her New Year's Day party. And she talks about how every year at this party, her mom has some new guy that she's trying to set her up with. And we'll talk about it. There are some similarities between this and Pride and Prejudice. The guy, the main lead male's name is Mr. Darcy. Who also played Mr. Darcy in the Pride and Prejudice miniseries.
And he's like a standoffish prick.
Yeah, and this character was based on... The author of this book based the character of Mr. Darcy and Bridget Jones off of Colin Firth's portrayal of Mr. Darcy in the Pride and Prejudice miniseries.
I mean, this is just a version of Pride and Prejudice.
In a way. There's definitely some similarities, some big ones. But the first one is the mom, who is just constantly trying to set Bridget up with someone.
Oh, yeah.
Just like the mom in Pride and Prejudice.
I mean, this hit me immediately. As soon as they were like, yeah, his name's Mark Darcy, I was like, oh, fuck, it's a Pride and Prejudice movie.
Yeah.
It still does it a lot better than Austin Land. So
yeah. This is loosely, aside from him basically just playing Mr. Darcy, that's not exactly.
She's a shriveled up old crone.
Oh, no.
There's multiple lies about him that you find out are not true.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, this is pretty far on there. No cell phones.
There weren't any cell phones in this movie. Not that I can remember.
Still, I'm grasping for things now.
Yeah, it's close. But yeah, she goes to this party and her mom is like, "Oh, we've invited the Darcys over. Their son's a barrister, whatever. I don't know what a barrister.
It's a lawyer.
Is. A lawyer. Oh,
yeah,
very good, very good. I says he's a prominent barrister. Bridget comes into the party. We find out that she has like a creepy uncle who's not really her uncle. This guy like comes up and like touches her butt, and she says, "Oh, my uncle so and so, who likes to grab my butt. Not really my uncle." I was like, I'm glad they threw that in there.
Yeah, because that made it okay.
Just to clarify. But from across the room, she notices this big, tall, like specimen of a man from behind, and she goes, "Oh, maybe Mom got it right this time. Like maybe this is the guy that I've been looking for." He turns around and he's wearing like the ugliest like reindeer Christmas sweater, and she's immediately like, "No, never mind." And I'm like, "Really? Like you're this?" I don't want to say like you're desperate for a man, but like this movie, you seem like you're pretty desperate to be in a relationship. And
they make a point to like dress her down in this scene too. Like she's wearing
her mom's clothes because her mom
it looks like a couch. Like she hunted down and skinned a couch and is now wearing it.
Her mom she makes reference to the fact that she's wearing a carpet. Is what she says, and her mom gave her an outfit to wear because she didn't like what she showed up in, which was probably a step down from the carpet. Even like she was just kind of very casual, like almost like wearing like sweatpants and a t-shirt to a fancy Christmas party.
I can't judge.
No, I can't either. I mean, comfort over style all day. But she meets Mr. Darcy and they kind of talk. We find out that like they've known each other since they were kids. She used to like run around in his yard naked is what they say. Yeah. And they talk and it doesn't really go over all that well. And then we see Mark Darcy and his mom. And he's like, "I am not interested in like this chain smoking, booze drinking." Because like when she meets him, she's talking to him about how she's trying to quit smoking and drinking while she has a cigarette and a drink in her hand. She's very just like foot in the mouth when she talks, like very forward, just says whatever comes to her mind. And it's not really befitting a woman, we'll say. Like it's not, And he's basically telling his mom like
she's poor white trash, just like the Bennett family.
And also just like Pride and Prejudice, whenever Elizabeth hears Mr. Darcy talking to his buddy about how like she's not his kind of woman and she overhears it. This is the exact same thing. She says that this was the moment like that she'd realized that she needed to make a change or else she was going to just die alone because God forbid you're 32 and single. And there's a scene of her listening to All by Myself, just like boozing and smoking and drinking. Yeah.
It's Tom Waits usually.
Yeah.
But like I know you've been there.
Oh yeah.
I think there's a good chance both of us have been there in this last week.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, absolutely.
I know that I have.
Oh yeah. She's thought she's going to start making a diary and get her life together. And she talks about like how she has some rules and like she wants to lose some weight. She wants to quit drinking and she wants to quit falling for the wrong kind of guy. Like these, I forget exactly how she puts it, but like manipulative, like fuck boy, is what we call them nowadays, right?
Yeah.
And she says the only problem is like one of them is my boss, and I'm super attracted to him, and we find out her boss is Hugh Grant.
Yeah, I get it.
Lovely man. I fucking love Hugh Grant.
Now you put Hugh Grant in a position of power, and you're like, Jesus.
I'm going to go off the rails here for a minute again. I don't really feel like talking about this movie today, so we're gonna bounce around a little bit.
All right. I like that.
I watched Heretic a couple days ago. So good. And only if Hugh Grant wasn't in that movie, take it or leave it. But this guy gives some amazing monologues in this movie where I was like, I could just watch Hugh Grant talk for like an hour straight and not even care. Like he's just going over like the history of religion and marketing at one point, like for like a solid 20 minutes. And it's the most enraptured I've ever been in a movie. Like this guy crushes it. So I would highly suggest anybody out there watch Heretic. It's not a rom-com.
It's on my list.
Yeah,
instead, I watched Bridget Jones's Diary.
Yeah, that's fair. I think it's actually on Max as well. I think you can stream it on Max. I think that's where I watched it. But she, we talked about how she's hot for her boss, Daniel. We get to meet her friends. Like she says she gets a daily call from her friend Jude. And it's this woman with this very distinct voice. Did you realize who she was?
She was, I had to look it up because it immediately popped for me. It was Moaning Myrtle from the Harry Potter movies.
Yeah, and I thought she was putting on a voice in the Harry Potter movies. No, this is this woman's like natural speaking voice.
And in those movies, she's like in her mid-50s or something like that.
I know. I thought she was playing a kid. Like I thought she was a kid, and then I saw her in this, and I was like, time travel? Like is that her daughter? I don't understand. Like it was wild. But she gets a call from her friend. There's a funny moment where she's on the phone with her friend talking about, because her friend Jude always calls her about her like shitty boyfriend that she has. And she's saying something like real off color over the phone, and her boss, Daniel, overhears it. And she starts faking that she's on the phone talking like politics with this professor. And he's like, "You were on the phone with that professor?" And she's like, "Yes." He's like, "The professor that came up with such and such a theory?" "Yes." "The professor that died in 1978? "Yes." He's like, "That's impressive." And he walks away.
We later find out that Hugh Grant's pretty much an asshole, but he kind of falls for her shit right there. Like, he's immediately like, "I'm into this chick. Like, she's funny.
Yeah, they don't.
She's goofy. Like, this is what I'm into."
I knew he was going to be an asshole. I can't say that I would have known that had I not seen the movie already. Because he is very charming, and he actually doesn't do anything wrong up until the point he does. Like, some of these movies will telegraph, like, this is the bad guy.
Did not see it coming.
No, not necessarily with this one. We get a scene of her out with her friends. She just kind of talks about her little friend group.
I popped hard on this scene.
Why?
The guy, her guy friend, is, you ever watched the Battlestar Galactica series?
No.
Oh, he plays like a pivotal role through the entire series.
Oh, really?
It literally starts it off, ends off the whole show.
Oh, okay.
Baltar, something like that.
Oh.
Yeah. It's real geeky shit, but man, is he good.
Yeah, I'd never seen this guy before in my life. But she's out with the friends. We find out that he's like a ex-pop star who wrote like one-hit wonder. So there's a running gag throughout the movie. Like, anytime someone sees him, like, they ask him if he's that guy, or he thinks they're asking him if he's that guy. Then we cut back to work, and Daniel starts flirting with her through email. He actually emails her about asking her if her skirt called off sick for the day because her skirt's so small.
Is this how British people flirt?
I don't know. It seems like harassment to me.
British listener, let us know. Like, this,
I don't think we have a British.
This seems so proper. Like, this felt like HR was involved, and they were like, "No, you have to write it this way."
Oh yeah, like, yeah. It is very proper, because he asked if her skirt called off sick, and why is it missing from work? And then she gets like a little flirty email chain going back and forth with him. And she starts dressing a little more provocative. Like, there's a point where she shows up to work in, like, the smallest skirt I've ever seen, and, like, a see-through top. Where you can see her bra through it, but it didn't seem appropriate for the workplace, is what I'm saying.
If one of my employees showed up like that, not that I have employees like that, but I would have to stop, be like, "Look, have some respect."
Yeah.
Like, there's a time and place to dress like that. We've all been to concerts, you know, things like that. But
it's not at 9 a.m. on a Monday.
Yeah, like, you gotta have your coffee before you show off the boobs.
Yeah. We get a scene where Daniel actually asks her out for dinner after they've been going back and forth with the email chain. And he asks her if she'll go out with him the next night. And they actually have like a book launch coming up the next night. So she says, "Well, we can't do it that night." And he's like, "Well, what about the next night?" And she goes, "I don't know. We'll see." Playing real hard to get. And she walks away with like a smile. Like, she knows what she's doing. Like,
yeah, she's not. I like the idea they make her out at the beginning to be kind of inept, but she's not. No. She's good at it. She plays the game. She knows what she's doing. Like, she's like, "Oh, that guy's really hot. Not he's out of my league. I can get him."
Yeah. Which is funny because she talks down about herself constantly, but she's also... That's why they walk like this weird line where she's, like you said, that seems inept, but she's very down on herself. Like, she's worried about becoming like a spinster with no man. But at the same time, she's also seems to have a lot of confidence. It didn't work for me.
Oh, really? I thought it kind of added some depth.
I thought it just seemed like they didn't know what they were doing. Like, the writers were like, "Oh, let's make you think that she's terrible, but she's not really." I don't know. I couldn't.
Maybe it was my hangover depression. I was just looking for something upbeat. All right.
I mean, it could have been my hangover depression that made me not like this movie as much as I thought I did.
It's true.
She's out with her friends again for dinner, and they're talking to her about what she needs to do to basically seduce Daniel or to make him more interested at this book launch party. And they're saying, ignore him. When you introduce people, introduce them with a lot of facts. Like, they're giving her like these like tips for like how to be confident at a party and like run the room and make Daniel notice her. So we get to the party, and she's kind of playing over these tips in her head. And the first one was like, make a lot of smart conversation, like, present yourself as a very intelligent person. So she walks up to like a group of writers. One of them happens to be Salman Rushdie.
Yeah. I didn't know this guy did cameos and movies. I didn't even know what he looked like.
Apparently, I knew it was him, and I'm not sure how, because I feel like he's been in something else that I've seen. But I guess he was just randomly in town when they were filming this movie, and a friend of his was working on the movie, and they're like, hey, you want to be in a movie? And he was like, yeah, fuck it.
I love Jim Carrey, so...
Yeah, he's like, I got nothing else.
And Lord Archer, who's also... I don't know as much about him, but that's also a pretty famous British writer,
Is
right?
he?
Yeah. It leads to one of my favorite parts of this movie, is when she's... Because the book that they're debuting is called Kafka's Motorbike, which... As soon as you hear that, you're like, this has got to be the dumbest book that's ever existed. And she calls it the greatest work of British literature ever.
Yeah.
In front of Salman Rushdie and Lord Archer.
And then she's like, except for you, Mr. Rushdie, your stuff is all excellent. And he's like, and Lord Archer, your stuff is also pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Like that. I was laughing at that.
I like that too. She runs into Mr. Darcy at the party. He's there with a woman who's like his partner in the law firm. And so she has to introduce him to some people. He introduces him to her one coworker, and she's doing the whole, giving a lot of information about the people, just like her friends told her to do.
You ever do any public speaking? Like, you ever give a speech at a wedding or anything like that?
No, well, yeah. I've been a best man before.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I have. Yes,
that's tough, man. I don't know, especially when people put you on the spot or something.
That kind of stuff's never really bothered me too much. Like I can get past that. And I mean, we haven't really talked about it on here at all. But I am at present time training with a professional wrestling.
Oh yeah, I guess you definitely have to do that.
In Pittsburgh, like trying to become an indie professional wrestler. And yeah, you got to cut promos in front of crowds. You got to, so like, I kind of have to be able to do that. Yeah. I'm hoping I can. I haven't gotten to that point yet.
Honestly, I can't believe we haven't talked about this. This is the best thing that could happen to the podcast. Is we literally have a professional wrestler watching Bridget Jones's Diary.
Yeah, but I am
semi-professional.
I am working on, during class, we'll cut promos and things in front of the other people in the class. I mean, we're building up to it, but yeah, I've always been fairly decent with like being able to talk in front of people.
Oh, I either do pretty well with it, or it's the only times I've ever completely blacked out. Yeah. Like I could drink my face off and remember everything in the morning. There's certain times where I've had to go up and give like a speech in front of my work or something like that, in front of the whole office. In 4 minutes, it'll disappear. I'll come to. I'm fucking gestating all over the room.
Just in a fugue state.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh no. Like, what did I, like, pull somebody aside? Like, did that go okay?
Yeah.
Like, I have no idea what just happened. Like, did I stick to any script at all? And
yeah.
Sometimes it's not.
What did I say? But she gets up and she does the introductions for the book, like we were talking about. And afterwards, Daniel actually comes up to her and says that he has to take her out to dinner now because he was so impressed with her public speaking, which she flubbed everything. Like, she was very awkward. And Darcy sees this, and you can tell he has like a look of kind of like unhappiness that, she's with Daniel. And when they're out for dinner, Daniel actually wants to know, like, how do you know Mark Darcy? And he tells her a story about how he was the best man in Darcy's wedding. And then he introduced Darcy to his fiancée. And Darcy slept with her, and that kind of ruined their friendship.
Mm-hmm. Sounds familiar.
It's very much. It's Pride and Prejudice. Yes, like it's the one guy, forget his name now, telling stories about Darcy that we find out later on are kind of not quite the truth. They end up back at her place, or maybe his place, and they sleep together. And there's a scene where she is trying to pick out underwear for the event because she may or may not end up with Daniel at the end of the night. And she has like a very sexy pair of underwear picked out. And she's like, these, if it does happen, are going to be the perfect underwear. And then she pulls out like a big pair of like granny panties. And she's like, but if I wear these, the odds of him actually see them go up exponentially just because of the embarrassment factor. And like, of course he's going to see them if I wear these. Like, this is her rationale.
Yes.
So she puts on the
because the granny panties tuck everything in a way that she gives her confidence.
Yeah, but she puts them on. And I say, that's not what I got. I got the impression that she knows her life. And if she wears the embarrassing underwear, then he's gonna end up seeing them because that's just how her life goes.
I'm sure there's guys out there that care, but like if you're getting to the point where you're looking at somebody in their underwear, you just want them off regardless.
He's very funny about it. Like he goes to look at him, he's like, "Good Lord, these are the biggest panties I've ever seen." And he's like, "It's okay, I'm wearing something similar," and like they end up having sex. And then we get like a scene of her just walking through the streets, like very confident, smiling, like she's got that "I just had sex" glow about her.
Yep.
She's given her every once in a while, like. For some reason, I felt like it played a bigger part in the movie than it does, but the actual diary, like, it's basically just, this is how much I weigh currently, this is how many cigarettes I'm smoking currently.
How many units of alcohol.
And how many units of alcohol I'm drinking currently. And she talks about how...
it never gets better. It goes up and down. It fluctuates through the whole movie.
But she says, like, you know, her weight currently, and then she says sex has replaced food, so she's not eating anymore. And then the cigarettes have gone up, but it's all because they're, like, after-sex cigarettes. Then she gets a call from her mom, and she does a little voiceover saying, you know, it's a known fact that once one part of your life starts going better, another part's bound to, like, fall apart. And her mom calls her, and she goes to meet her. Mom's like leaving the dad. She's met a guy who's like a host on like a QVC type.
A dark orange man.
Isn't he like purple at first? Like they keep saying how he changes colors.
Yeah.
He's got his
like spray tan is very poor.
Yeah. And she's saying, you know, I met this man and he thinks I have a real knack for, like, I could be on TV.
So she's a product demonstrator.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you're just glancing right past the fact that she is basically selling fleshlights at this point in the mall, right?
They're egg peelers, I believe.
You wouldn't let me do the intro again, but I was getting you another gift this week.
Yeah, it's like an egg peeler.
It's an egg peeler, but
it's very suggestive.
It is very suggestive, and I've never seen an egg peeler that literally squirts white liquid when you're done using it. I was like, what the fuck is this?
I've never seen an egg peeler before, so I don't know how they work. But she tells me that she's going to go and be on the Home Shopping Network with this guy named Julian. And a few weeks later, she goes to visit her dad, and he's just at home, like, you can tell, like, he hasn't been taking care of himself. The house is a mess, and he's just watching his, like, wife who left him on the Home Shopping Network with this guy. Like, she's just holding up jewelry and smiling. And Bridget suggests that, you know, they're going to be going to a party, and it's a tarts and knickers party is what they call it. Oh, tarts and vicars?
Yes.
I should have the sub.
Vicars are like priests.
So it's a prostitute and priest's party where everyone's supposed to dress up. All the women are supposed to dress up like real provocatively, and the men all dress like priests. And she says to...
it's not the first time I've heard of this. This is a thing.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I've never heard of it. I think the British parties are so cool. Like, I don't know.
They're so uptight 99% of the time. That other 1%, it is all keys and fish bowls, man. They're having a good time.
But Bridget suggests to her dad that maybe, you know, when they go to the party, he should spend the party flirting with other women to try to get mom back. She's like, that's kind of how I got my guy. Like, I went to the party and I was talking to everybody else and, like, running the party, and it got him to notice me. So they go to the country for this party, and she ends up taking Daniel with her. They're going to make a weekend out of it. They're going to stay at a hotel and then go to this party together. We find out that Mr. Darcy is staying at the same hotel.
So here's... Okay. This drove me up a fucking wall the entire movie. I'm no Londonologist or anything, but I'm pretty sure it's a pretty damn big place.
It is.
This guy is everywhere they are.
That's true.
This guy just appears everywhere she is at.
Well, I mean, that kind of has to for the movie to work, but they're also always going to the same events. Like,
yeah, they're in the same social circles.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah. It's not like they're just running into each other like randomly on the streets, except for one time. Although even that makes sense. But he's friends with her family, so like anytime there's a party, and like he gets invited to the same party. And they're in, like, the countryside, too. So I assume, like, the English countryside, if you're going to a party and there's a hotel, it's probably just the one hotel. I don't know. This isn't like You've Got Mails, when Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks would bump into each other on every block of New York City. Like, that was a little bit... This I accepted a little bit more, because it seemed like they were in the same circles, at least. And it made sense why he was in the places he was in.
I'll follow your logic.
There was a reason behind it.
Yes.
But he's there, and he's staying there with his law partner, Natasha, this woman. And she's going to the party as well. We see them just kind of spending some time in the countryside. They're, like, riding on canoes, and you see Darcy and Natasha in one boat, and it's just very stuffy. Natasha's like reading him law paperwork. And then you see Bridget and Daniel on the other two boats just like having a good time. Daniel's falling in the water. He's smoking a cigarette while he's rowing a boat, and he's just like loud and boisterous. That night they're in bed like right after they've had sex. And
okay, they're talking about butt stuff, right?
I don't know. Was that what you thought?
Yeah, so she says, she's like, what you just did to me is illegal in a lot of places.
Yeah, I just thought he did like some special sex move. My mind didn't go to butt stuff.
I mean, they're talking pretty roundabout, but I was like, I think they're talking about the butt stuff.
They might be. And at this point, she says, do you love me? And he says, if you don't shut up, I'm going to have to do that again. So in your mind, the butt stuff. And she's like, oh, I'm just asking. And he kind of avoids it completely and just starts like having sex with her again, like kind of jumps on her to avoid the question. She wakes up the next morning and he's not in bed, and she looks over and he's sitting bedside all dressed and ready to go. And he tells her, I have to leave back to the city. There's a big,
I got what I needed.
Yeah. There's a big work meeting going on. And, we find out that she gets upset, and he kind of has like a little outburst and says to her, like, you wouldn't understand. You don't know what danger the company's in.
He had me sold.
Yeah, he did. He said the Americans are coming in for a visit, and they're thinking about shutting us down. The evil Americans coming to shut down the British publishing industry.
Just like we shut down those Nazis.
That's right.
Let's not talk about the last couple years, but before that, we really hated those fuckers.
Yeah. But he leaves, and he tells her, he drove her out there. And he says, I'll get you a car ride back. I'll take care of everything. You go to the party. I have to go do what I do. She shows up to this party dressed in like a Playboy bunny costume and gets there, and no one else is dressed up. So this is Legally Blonde. This happens in Legally Blonde.
You're right.
She gets told she's going to a costume party. These movies came out the same year. Oh. So they didn't actually, although this scene is in the book, Bridget Jones's Diary, which came out in like 96, so like 5 years prior. So they may have stolen it from that, but they didn't actually steal it from this movie, which I thought they did. But she shows up, and like, my favorite part about this scene is all the people that didn't get the memo. So like, there's really funny scenes where like, well, Dad's dressed as a priest, and she finds him, and he goes, well, at least I didn't spend as much money as cousin so-and-so. And then they pan to this guy who's dressed like in full Pope garb.
Oh, yeah.
Like the big tall hat and like diamond encrusted everything.
This guy put some money on this.
Yeah. And there's a scene where she's like, oh, I guess Aunt Brenda didn't get the memo either. And it's like this woman like sneaking through the bushes and like fishnets and a short skirt.
So it's not just her. And I love that, so the dad does follow through and tries flirting with a woman. Yeah. And the mom's just confused. She's like, why is he flirting with her? Like, that's stupid.
Yeah, I think he scared her.
Then when she's talking to the woman later, she's like, yeah, it looks like you didn't get the memo either. And and the woman's like, no, I got the memo.
Yeah, she's just dressed a little more provocatively than everybody else.
Yeah, she's basically like calling her a slut in front of everybody because she, is now flirting with her husband.
Yeah. She runs into Mr. Darcy at the party, and they talk briefly, and she kind of alludes to the fact that, I understand why Daniel wouldn't like you after what you did. And he's just clueless. He's like, what? I don't understand what you're talking about. And she just kind of walks away. She goes back into town that night, and she goes straight to Daniel's house and sees him. And she gets to the apartment, and she's up there, and she thinks she hears a noise. And she thinks someone's there. So she goes over, looks in his bedroom. Nobody's there. He kind of is like, hey, it's fine. Like, I want to see you. Give me an hour to finish up work here, and then I'll come get you. We'll do something. So as she's leaving, she notices a woman's jacket hung by the door. So she runs back upstairs, goes into the bathroom, and finds a naked American woman sitting on the edge of the tub.
Extremely large book.
The biggest goddamn book you've ever seen. Like, it covers her entire body. Like,
it's like a prop. Like, I don't even know.
I'm not sure what the book is
Willy Wonka's fucking ledger or something.
I'm not sure what the book is there for.
Well, I know what it was there for.
Well, to cover up the naked woman.
Yeah.
She goes home, and it has like another one of these like depressing moments where she's just eating ice cream out of the tub, smoking cigarettes, drinking whole bottles of vodka, watching Fatal Attraction.
What does she say? I'm not going to choose this. I'm going to choose vodka and Chaka Khan.
Yeah.
And at one point, this threw me off. This was almost as disgusting as the peaches. She opens her fridge.
Oh, and the moldy cheese.
There is one moldy wedge of cheese in a fridge that looks like it needs to be burned.
Yeah.
Like that fridge. Look, if we went upstairs right now, I'm sure I got an old jar of olives or something, or some ketchup that's past date. But if my fridge looked like that, I'd burn the house down.
And it wasn't even... The cheese wasn't in any kind of container. It was just a wedge of cheese sitting loosely on the refrigerator shelf, covered in mold. What does she do? She takes it out, she scrapes the mold off of it, she eats it.
I have no shit been in houses where everybody is just doing methamphetamines that had a cleaner situation than that in the fridge, and they were cooking them in the fridge. It was just, I was appalled.
Yeah.
This shocked me.
It is shocking. But yeah, she gets to this like rock bottom moment where she eats the moldy cheese, and she says like, she starts getting hammered listening to Shaka Khan, like I Am Every Woman. And then she has like a getting better montage. Like she's like, I'm going to fix everything like now. So it's like her throwing out all of her food, all of her booze, all of her cigarettes, her at the gym, like working out. Because God forbid she weighs 140 pounds.
Terrible. Crone.
She's going through the paper looking for new jobs. She starts like applying for jobs at television stations. I get the impression she has no experience whatsoever in television, but this is what she's decided to do. So she goes to, we see a few interviews where she kind of screws them up pretty badly. Like,
it's a good montage.
Yeah, one's like a children's television channel, and she's like, well, I just really like connecting with like the youth. And he's like, do you have any kids? And she's like, oh, fuck no. God forbid, I would never. And he's like, okay, yeah, you're not for us.
Let me tell you, man, I fucking love job interviews. Like, job interviews are one of my favorite things. Like,
I enjoy them. I always say I'm pretty good on it. A pretty good interview.
Yeah, like, you got to go in there with that confidence. Like, oh, I'm interviewing them.
Yeah.
But, like, my secret, and I was actually telling my boss about this last week, was I try to sneak 2 words into every interview. I try to use the word serendipitous once.
Yeah.
And the word malecollusion once. And not make it sound prestigious or, like, shitty, which, like, serendipitous, you could fit that in. Malecollusion means severe overbite of the upper jaw.
What?
So if you can get that, and it really, but it helps you relax, because you're sitting there trying to figure out how to get these words in to this interview. My boss, I told her about it. She was like, what do you mean? I was like, oh yeah, I used the word malecollusion when I first met you.
How do you even fit that into an interview?
They ask about, what's a past thing that you figured out, a problem you had at work? And I'm like, oh, we got into this thing. It was like a malecollusion problem. You fit it in like that.
Because they don't know what malecollusion means.
No, nobody knows what malecollusion means. It's just something I started doing a long time ago. I love it.
Well, what if you find that one person that knows and they're like, you had an overbite problem at work?
It's going to be great. I don't plan on doing any more job interviews, but one day that will happen, and that would be amazing.
But she has a final interview, and instead of trying to like bullshit her way through it, the guy's like, what makes you want to get into TV? She's like, well, I ended up sleeping with my boss. My other job, he turned out to be a real piece of shit, so I'm just trying to get out of there. He's like, oh, okay, well, just so you know, sleeping with the boss here is never frowned upon. Like, super creepy about it.
It's encouraged.
Yeah, it's encouraged. But she gets the job. So she goes back to her current place of work, and she goes in and lets Daniel know she's quitting. And he tries to be shitty about it. Like, he's like, per your contract, you owe us 6 weeks, and she kind of makes a big scene out in front of everybody. And everybody, like, stands up for her. Like, everybody...
Even the coworker that, like, they hated each other.
Most point. Yeah, because he comes out to kind of dress her down in front of everybody. And the woman stands up for her and says, if she doesn't stand up for herself right now, I'll just fire her because,
Not having a spine.
Yeah, not having a spine. So she does, and then she gets out, and we see her, like... I don't know what her job was at the new TV station, but apparently they just didn't have a news anchor wherever they were. Because the guy's on the...
That doesn't seem entry level, does it?
No, because it seems like she's working like behind the scenes, and they're at a fire station, and the guy's like, Bridget, we're going to put you on TV. I need you in a short skirt and a fireman's jacket. Like, swing the hose around, whatever you got to do. Like, ride down the pole. And she does like this on-site... report from a fireman
station. Seems like a good way to break your legs.
Yeah.
I want nothing more in life than the ride on a fire pole, but, like, I'm not just going to hop on one.
Yeah.
Like, I got to ask a few questions first.
They put her on a fire pole, and she slides, and it goes badly. Like, she goes to slide down it, and it basically sits on the cameraman's, like, lens. So, like...
Yeah, she goes butt first into a live feed.
Yeah, so
with the granny panties on.
Yeah, so the whole shot is just her butt coming down the fire pole and, like, taking out the cameraman. She has to go to a dinner. She calls it... It's, like, friends of hers, but it's none of the friends we've met already. And she says it's just a bunch of smug married couples. And it is. Like, it's her and then all couples. Mark and Natasha are there again. You know, same social circle.
And this was intolerable. Like, everybody in this movie is so far up her business.
Oh, yeah.
Like...
And this is where they're saying, like, 32...
Including Hugh Grant during that one scene.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, I mean, like, I would never walk up to guy or girl and just be like, boy, you're 30 now. It's all drying up down there, isn't it?
Yeah,
like, what you doing with your life?
Yeah.
How's your love life?
Yeah, and the guy's saying, like, why do you think it's so hard for people in their 30s to find anyone? And, like, just basically, like, she's doomed to a life of being single now because she's 32 and not with anyone.
If I ever walk up to you at a bar and just say, like, how's the love life going? I want you to smack me.
I will.
As hard as you can.
I will. You already know how my love life goes.
Well, I mean, we're buddies. Like, we know how things are going.
You're the guy I tell these things.
Yeah. But, I mean, still, like, you ever see me walk up to anybody and just be like, hey, man, how's it swinging? just smack the hell out of me.
You should never say, how's it swinging? I don't care for that. But these people are grilling her, and she ends up going to leave the party, and Mark comes down to talk to her, and he tells her that, you know, he's happy to hear that her and Daniel didn't work out. And then he tells her, you know, I know I've seemed like a real shithead. He's like, you are... He does it like a bad way, because he's like, you've got no filter. You just say whatever comes to your mind. You're oftentimes just like an embarrassment, like to yourself, like when you're out in public. But I like you, and I like you for who you are. And it's kind of like trying to tell her that he's interested in her, and then Natasha interrupts. She comes down the stairs to say, like, hey, what are you doing?
They never really flesh out this Natasha character, but I got theories on this, but it's weird that, like, she's kind of just a glorified extra for most of this movie.
A little bit.
They never really have, like, a scene with her or anything.
No, she's just always kind of there with Mark.
Yeah,
but
I think she's
much.
like, I mean, from the Pride and Prejudice, she's kind of playing the gal that is like the other
sister?
rich friend. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's just weird.
It's her 33rd birthday now, she says, and work is sending her down to the courthouse to report on a pretty serious, like, social, civil liberties case, basically. Like,
yeah, this one felt close to home.
Like, it's a guy who was like a freedom fighter, a Kurdish freedom fighter, and they've been trying to deport him, and basically he would like a sentence to death if he gets deported. And his wife, who was like from Britain, has been fighting all this time to keep him in the States. So, you know, they're sending her down there, and the guy's like, do not screw this up. Like, and why are you sending her? I don't understand. Like, she's not good at any of the jobs she has in this movie.
Her literal qualification is that she slept with her ex-boss.
That's how she got the job.
Yes.
Yeah. She gets to the courthouse, and they're waiting for like the people to come out, and she says, I'm going to run across the street to grab a pack of cigarettes. She goes in. Who's there? Mr. Darcy. He's like right behind her.
Always.
And as she's talking to him, the cameraman runs in and goes, hey, like, they left. They're gone already. Nobody got an interview. We didn't get the story. And she's like, well, how could no one get an interview? And Mr. Darcy says, well, because I'm their lawyer, and I told him not to give any interviews. He's like, but I have an idea. And he throws her like a serious bone here. Like,
hell yeah, he does.
He gets her like a one-on-one interview with him and the couple. And she like nails it. Like, everybody's like, oh, you're great. Wonderful. She does a good job.
It's a move right there,
Everybody
man.
in the studio is like, good job.
Barrister move.
It is a barrister move. So, like, she's riding high now. Like, she had the big interview. It's her birthday, so she's going home.
I love they show her news articles, and they're not about that couple. They're about her interviewing the couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she goes home to cook birthday dinner for herself and her friends. Her mom calls, and it sounds like things with the QVC guy are not going well. She goes, it turns out Julian's a bit of a shit. And they show him in the background just being a total asshole. So you can tell mom's kind of thinking about coming home.
But then she gets into a weird conversation. Like, she calls, complains about him for 20 seconds, and then just goes into a whole conversation about, like, well, he is really good in bed. And he does this thing with, like...
It's like more butt stuff, because she's like, I was laying in bed, and from behind he started to... And we're just like, I'm going to go ahead and hang up now. And hangs up on her.
He got this egg peeler that he brings.
I feel like maybe him and not Mr. Darcy, but Hugh Grant got the same moves.
Yeah.
Mr. Darcy shows up. He congratulates her on her interview and shows her that she's made like the front page of the newspaper. And she invites him in, and he helps her with dinner because she was like struggling. Like, there was a whole like little mini montage of how inept she is at cooking. Like, she was like putting things in the blender without the lid on tight. Like, just, you know, your typical. There was another movie. What was it? Oh, the one with Was it the one with Seth Rogen and Charlize Theron where she didn't know how to use a blender? No, it was the one with Owen Wilson, Jennifer Lopez, where she was a rich pop
she
star
sold the blender
that didn't know how to use a blender.
Yes.
So apparently, if you're a woman who's single in her 30s, you also don't know how to use a blender.
Blending is one of the key things that we look for in women.
That's true. We're always making sure you know how to use a blender.
Yeah, if I show up at your house and your strawberries are on one side of the room and the ice is on the other side of the room, why the fuck aren't those together in a jar right now?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But he helps her make dinner, and it still doesn't turn out great. Like, there's like blue soup because she forgot to take the strings off the celery, and it like dyed the broth blue, and it's just, and she makes like marmalade and crackers or something. Like, it's a very not good dinner.
Her friends, though, they at least try.
Oh, no, they show up, everybody eats it. They all talk about how terrible it is, but it's like in a fun, joking way. And then they give a toast to Bridget and saying how they love her just the way she is, because she had told them about what Mr. Darcy said to her. And this kind of is like, at first I thought he was going to be upset, but he kind of smiles about it because he can tell that she's been telling her friends about him. The doorbell rings. They let in whoever it is. It ends up being Daniel. And he's like trying to talk to her, and he tells her, I made a huge mistake. Like, I haven't been able to stop thinking about you since we broke up. And he was like, I can't be without you. And he said he panicked because things were going too fast. So whenever she asked him if he loved her, is the reason he left. Mr. Darcy comes in and sees them talking, and they're very close. Like, there's almost a point where they're going to embrace. And he's like, I'm going to go ahead and just get out of here. So he walks out. And then he comes right back, and he's like, Daniel, you and me outside now.
Yeah, man. And it's not even like, I've never fought anybody before. He's just like, he's committed. He's like, we're going.
This is my absolute favorite part of this movie. And I still, like, this is the part I remember that I looked forward to watching the most. This fight scene is fantastic. So
when the second that, like, they're like, the friend Jude.
Yeah.
Right? Is the guy?
No, Jude's the Moaning Myrtle.
Oh, okay. I
don't know the guy's name.
The guy's name, Baltar. Yeah. He up and books it in the funniest way. Randomly just runs into a restaurant and screams, "They're gonna fight!"
Yeah.
It was the funniest shit I've ever seen.
Everybody comes outside. Yeah. Like, Daniel comes downstairs, and Mark just sucker punches him. He's like, all right, so what are we doing here? And he's like, this, and just punches him in the face.
Oh, he hits him right in the reset button, man. Oh.
But then, like, after that, it's like Darcy knows how to throw a punch. Because, like, he punches him a few times during this fight. So he punches him once, I think he punches him twice. And then as soon as Hugh Grant starts to fight back, it's like they've never fought before in their lives. They're, like, trying to kick each other. Like, slap fighting. And this is when the friend runs in and the whole restaurant clears out to come watch them fight. Then they end up going into the restaurant and fighting. And it's great because they both have moments where they're just so polite and British, where they bump into a table and he's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." And then Colin Firth gets thrown on a table and he's like, "I will pay for this. Like, I'm gonna reimburse you for your meal."
And then somebody comes down with a birthday cake and they stop to sing happy birthday.
Yes, everybody sings happy birthday.
This is like a skit out of Airplane or Naked Gun.
It's so good though. I love it. And spoiler alert, we'll eventually watch the second one. They fight again. And I
watched the trailer.
And I think it's actually better. I think the second fight's more ridiculous.
I have thoughts about that too. I watched the trailer for it.
Okay. They get out, and then like after the birthday cake thing, Hugh Grant tackles him and they do like an action movie, like dive through a plate glass window and end up on the street. And then he gets up and like they're like, "All right, that's enough. It's enough." And as Darcy turns to walk away, Daniel calls him a wanker, and he turns around and blasts him one more time and like knocks him out.
Like hard.
Yeah.
Like an overhead hook.
Yeah, like wrecks him. Bridget actually comes to Daniel's aid because he just got his ass kicked, and Mark's just standing there like, "What the fuck? Like, this guy's an asshole. Like, what's going on?"
And he walks away in the coolest way I've ever seen a man walk away.
Yeah, he does.
Like,
Colin Firth's a badass.
He grew a leather coat while he was walking away. It was awesome.
But as he walks away, Daniel's talking to her, and he says, "If I can't make it with you, I can't make it with anyone." And Bridget says, "That's not a good enough offer for me." She's like, "You told me once before you were looking for like something extraordinary, something that makes you go the extra mile, and this isn't it." So she turns down Daniel. It's Christmas, and her dad are like, and she actually talks about how she's 20 pounds heavier now since like her birthday, and she's been in a depressed state, and it's like her and her dad sitting in the house watching her mom on the shopping network, both like just depressed and sad looking. And then mom comes home. Like, she walks in the door and she talks to Dad and says he wants to come back. And Dad's kind of a dick because Mom's like, but I need like you to help me out too. Like you never seem interested in me anymore. I remember I used to be like everything to you. And he's like, but she's like, will you take me back? And he goes, I don't know. And she's like, well, what do you mean you don't know? And he says to her, he's like, I'm joking, you daft cow. Of course I'll take you back. And I'm like, she just told you didn't seem interested in her. Please don't call her a cow, sir.
This is where we get some Van Morrison. We didn't even say the music in this.
It's pretty good.
Spot on,
It's
man.
pretty good.
Second Van Morrison song of the movie playing right here, which Van Morrison, that's some sexy music.
Mm-hmm. Bridget comes downstairs the next morning and Mom and Dad are all dressed up and Mom's like, you got to get ready and get dressed. Like the Darcys are having a Christmas party. You got to come. And she makes a comment on how, he's still divorced. And Bridget says, yeah, I forget exactly what she says, but she makes a reference to the fact that he's still divorced, but he's also like a jerk. And she's like, well, he's never been the same since his wife left him for that other man. And she's like, what are you talking about? She goes, oh yeah, the best man in his wedding. Like he came home one night and he was sleeping with his wife. So we find out that Daniel is actually the one that broke up Mr. Darcy's wedding or marriage.
And weird little digs at Japanese people. Because Mr. Darcy's first wife was Japanese.
Yeah.
And every time the mom brings her up, he's like, ruthless people.
Yeah, like cruel race, she says.
Yeah, cruel race,
yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, it is. There's a
weird little dig.
Some weird casual racism happening in this movie from the mom.
Bit, yeah.
So, Bridget's like, oh my God, I have to get ready for the party then. We're going. So she goes and she tells Mr. Darcy she owes him an apology about Daniel. She wants to talk to him for a minute alone. So they go into like the coat closet. And she tells him that, even though he is a rude and says all the wrong things, it basically does the same speech to him as he did to her.
Yes.
And she tells him, I like you just the way you are. And they're about to, it looks like almost kiss. And then Mark gets called away for a toast from his dad at this party. And his dad talks about how proud he is of his son and that he's been offered a partnership at a law firm in New York City. So he's going to be leaving England. And that he's also probably going to get engaged to this woman that he's been seen with throughout the entire movie.
Yes, this background actress.
Yeah, and Bridget is like, no, screams out. And then she's like, no, I just mean it would be so terrible for England to lose, one of our top people.
And also, even in America, lawyers don't move states. Just because you're a lawyer in England, you can't just go be a lawyer in America.
You can't? Why not?
In America, if you were to leave one state and go to another one, you have to take the bar over again for that state. Laws are local.
Oh.
You have to be an expert in local law.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a whole different country. This is some real local stuff. Have you ever seen the billboards for Chafin and Luhana as a local law firm? Very attractive Indian girl.
Yeah.
Everybody always talks to her. A girl of Indian descent is on these billboards. Very attractive. She doesn't live in PA.
Oh, really?
She owns part of that law firm, and she does not practice law in PA. She practices law in New York.
Oh, wow.
And she could do it here, but she'd have to take the bar over again.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very, very hard to do. So I was wondering, how's this guy just up and moving to America?
Yeah, okay.
He's going to end up working at a bar, as a tender.
Maybe that's why he comes back. Spoiler alert. There's a montage of sad Bridget, again, she's just smoking, drinking, what have you. Her doorbell rings, it's the friends, and they're going to help bust her out of her slump. They tell her they're going to take her to Paris and get her out of town for, a couple days. So as they're all getting in the car, Mr. Darcy shows up. And she says, I thought you were in America. And he goes, I was, but I realized I forgot something back home. Forgot to kiss you goodbye. And he gives her a kiss. And, she says, oh, so does this mean you're not going to America? And he goes, yeah, because apparently he realized he couldn't be a lawyer in America. That's what I'm guessing. She takes him upstairs and they start to kiss. And she goes, hold on a second, I'm going to go change. And she goes in and she starts picking out the perfect underwear. And while she's doing that, he's out there and he starts to read her diary. It's kind of a dick move,
Yeah, well, no, she does say read the stuff here on the table.
Yeah.
Talking about magazines.
Yeah. But as he starts going through, he starts seeing all these different blurbs about him, just a rude man. I hate him. He's such a shitty person. And he walks out and she comes out and realizes he read the diary, sees him walking down the street, calls out his name multiple times. He never turns around, just walking off all angrily. So she's in her underwear and a tank top and she goes to run out the door after him. I love this scene because she gets out the door The door's open for like 2 seconds, and then she's just like, fuck, and comes back in, like, because it's freezing cold out. So all she does is put on a pair of sneakers and a jacket, and she runs down the street. Like, she's just in her underwear and a jacket.
Thong, yeah.
Running after him, and she gets to, like, this square, and she can't find him. She's screaming his name. Turns around, he comes out of this store, and she apologizes for everything, and he goes, no, I understand. He's like, I was just buying you a new diary, and, like, pulls it out of his jacket, and he says, it's time for a new start. And I'm like, it's a weird way to do that. Like, she called your name. You never turned around. Like, it looked like you were leaving. And then they kiss, and that's the movie.
Best line of the movie.
Oh, when she goes, nice boys don't kiss like that?
Yeah, and he's just like, oh, and yes, they fucking do.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
There's some more, yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Darcy's a badass.
What a line.
Yeah. Well, that's it, CJ. Any flowers, grand gestures?
Like I said earlier, though, what did you say his girlfriend's name was? Darcy's girlfriend?
Natasha.
Natasha is like background actress. There's a lot of people, even the girl that Hugh Grant leaves her for.
Oh, the American woman, Laura.
Laura. They have names.
Yeah.
They have a little bit of personality, but like there's a lot of things in this movie that I was like, this is not fleshed out at all. Like it was bothering me, and then I realized that this movie is the diary. Like, it is her repeating her diary back from that year and telling this story.
Yeah.
So she wouldn't really know these people.
Okay.
And then I realized, like, there's not a scene in this that she's not in. Like, this is completely her story. You know, sometimes they throw a little side scene at something that shows how two people get along that don't involve the main character.
Yeah.
Not a single one in this.
Yeah.
They are all completely about her. She is in every single frame, or almost every frame of the movie. I thought it was kind of interesting because, like, of course there's other movies like that, but they bend the rules.
Yeah.
In this, they never do. It is hard and fast.
Yeah.
Her movie.
I like that you bring that up, because that was like one of my things is that, and I didn't really think about it that way, but this movie has all these side characters that aren't really fleshed out, and it's literally, I don't think Renee Zellweger stops talking from the time this movie starts to the time this movie ends. She's in every scene, and like, even like Mr. Darcy, Colin Firth, you've got this great actor, you've got Hugh Grant, very few lines, like especially Mr. Darcy. Like, this guy says like very short and sweet, his dialogue. Like, there's not much to him.
Yes.
That does change in the sequels, if I remember correctly. Like, he gets fleshed out a little more. Everybody gets fleshed out a little bit more. But I honestly didn't like it. But now that you say that, it does make sense.
This is her dictating back that diary, because the diary, the titular diary of the movie is barely even shown. Yeah. Until you realize that, oh, this is the diary. Yeah. This is the movie. Sense. So, I mean, I kind of dug that.
Look at you. I was probably just too hungover to notice it.
Yeah, like even, and this guy's going to come up later, Bernard the Vicar is... Like, they have a name for the cousin that dresses like a priest. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, they have names for all these people that as if you're just dropping in. Yeah. It's interesting. Yeah. I dug that.
Okay. Cool. I don't have much else. That was literally what I was going to say, was the fact that she is kind of just the focal point of the movie. Yeah, I think that's all I got. The other fun thing I thought was another nod to Pride and Prejudice is she works for Pemberley Publishing, which was the Darcy estate was Pemberley Estates. So it's another little, like, thrown in there.
There you go.
So there's definitely some nods.
I didn't quite get, like, just story-wise. I know it's kind of following Pride and Prejudice, but, like, he really hates her at first. Well, so, and then just quickly, like, 180s is, like, just sploosh facing all over every time he sees her.
Yeah, but it's kind of the same. I mean, it's very similar to at least the version we watched with Keira Knightley, because Mr. Darcy, like I said, you can tell he's interested in her from the beginning. Yes. He's just super awkward and doesn't know how to, like, act around her. So it's pretty much the same thing. I mean, he's definitely into her, and he tells her as much, like, I want to marry you, and then she's like, no, fuck off, and runs away. Then one of the multiple scenes where Keira Knightley just runs. And Renee Zellweger runs in this movie. So more Pride and Prejudice references. All right. Should we chick flick it to a dick flick it?
I want you to go first, because I
will. I'll see, because I got nothing. Like like I said, it's been a rough weekend.
Yeah, I had a hard time with this one.
Since this is a Richard Curtis movie, we're just up in the Mr. Bean quotient by like 1,000, because he should have been in this movie. So like every scene, like Mr. Bean should just be in the background doing something funny, just doing something. He can be one of her coworkers. Like he's just everywhere. He's the waiter. He's the guy that brings the cake down when they sing Happy Birthday during the fight. Like he is just everywhere. Every scene has Mr. Bean in it. Even like when she's alone in her apartment, like smoking cigarettes and eating ice cream, he's just peeking out of a back room, just watching, just watching over her.
Fucking love Rowan Atkinson.
Mr. Bean, the guardian angel.
Yes.
That's mine.
I had one that was terrible, and I literally 8 seconds ago I came up with one better that I think we should go with.
Okay.
I would like, after this fight scene, that a portal opens up. And out walks Colin Firth, Mr. Darcy, from the TV show. Pride and Prejudice.
Okay.
Another portal opens up. Out walks the Mr. Darcy from that. Yeah. Another portal opens up. In walks the guy that played the Mr. Darcy type in Austenland. And they start sword fighting.
Mark Darcy from Married with Children comes out.
And yeah. Oh, yeah, Mr. Yes, let's do it. Let's go with it.
Anyone named Darcy.
All these Darcys are sword fighting throughout this movie. Yeah. And at one point, Colin Firth chops off the head of another one of the Mr. Darcys.
Is this a Highlander situation?
Fucking lightning hits him, the blue lightning, and he screams, "There can be only one." Every time you kill a Darcy, not only do you get stronger, but you get more emo. Oh. Like, you just get more morose and sad in the corner, but
I love it.
The sexual prowess just goes through the roof. It's like, you just get weird and quiet and contemplative, but women just start, like, crawling towards you. Yeah. It's amazing. We need a Mr. Darcy Highlander situation.
Big fan. Big fan.
I love it.
All right. Well, let's Nicolas Cage it.
Oh, Bernard the Vicar. Like I just said, he's coming back around. I just want that really quick little,
the guy in the Pope costume.
They just look over and they're like, "Oh, I guess he didn't get it either." And it's just him in a Pope costume having a smoke out in the garden.
All right, I like it. I went with a pretty random character, but I did it because it gave me some of the better jokes in the movie. She has a coworker named Mr. Fitzherbert.
Yes.
But she calls him Mr. Tits Pervert because he's always looking at her chest. And there's a scene where she's about to introduce him at the book release party. And in her mind, she goes, "I'd like to introduce." And in her head, she keeps going, "Tits Pervert, Tits Pervert, Tits Pervert." Like she can't get it out. And she eventually says his name correctly. So I went with that guy, Mr. Tits Pervert. His name is Paul Brook. British actor, only in like 4 movies. But he was in the movie Alfie. With Jude Law.
Yeah.
Jude Law was also in a movie called Repo Men.
Great movie.
With Forrest Whitaker.
Yes.
Forrest Whitaker is in Battlefield Earth with John Travolta.
Yes.
John Travolta, obviously, in Face Off with Nicolas Cage.
Took his face.
Right off.
All
right. Could eat a peach for hours, much like Armie Hammer.
I've had so many conversations about peaches.
Yeah?
4th of July, my wife made a peach cobbler.
Oh, yeah.
Just because I'm pretty sure she just heard so many conversations about peaches over the last week.
I'll be honest with you. I saw that. Couldn't bring myself to eat it. Wasn't sure about it.
It was delicious.
I got weird feelings about peaches now. All right, let's rate it.
I'm going to go 3.5.
Okay.
3.5. I was maybe leaning a little higher than that because I like this movie. It was more than I thought it was going to be. Like vulgar.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
You know what I mean? It was a little dirty,
it is
a little trashy. But there was a lot of times in it where I just got pulled out of the movie. I'm like, what the fuck does this even mean? You know?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go 3.5.
All right. I'm gonna go 3. I came into this like thinking I loved this movie.
Yeah.
Which maybe at the time I did, and it could just be, it's been a rough weekend. We drank a good bit. I've got a really bad sunburn. I'm hungover. I'm sore. Everything hurts. I'm a year older. A little more cynical, perhaps. But yeah, I don't know. Like this movie, just pretty much everyone in it is unlikable. Even our titular character, Bridget Jones. Like, I don't really like her. Like, I just don't like. And I don't like the fact that she's painted to be this like unattractive just person, and she's not. Like, that's not great. Like, it didn't age well. Like, you can't go around telling someone that 140 pounds for a woman is obese. Like, that's fucking insane to me.
Yes. Have you ever seen like a movie starlet in real life?
No.
They are scary thin. Like, when you see somebody like that, you're just like, that is not healthy.
Well, she gained...
Like, in movies, they look amazing, but, like, it's also a lot of makeup and dress work and stuff. But then you see the person in real life, and you're like, that is
She gained 20 pounds for this role, and she still looks like she could probably afford to eat a burger. Like,
I gained 20 pounds for Friday.
But, yeah, just, like, everybody in this movie, like, everybody's cheating on each other. Like, even Mr. Darcy, like, he's with that woman the entire time. Like,
yes.
And then just leaves her... Hugh Grant's cheating on, like, everybody. I don't know. This movie made me sad. I just watched it and I was like, this isn't what I thought it was going to be. Like, this shouldn't be what I picked for my birthday. I should have just picked a Nicolas Cage movie. So, yeah.
Still on there. My birthday's right around the corner, buddy.
Yeah, 3 stars. It's not what I thought it was going to be. I'm a little let down by it.
I will
say, the fight
too,
scene, though, still...
That's excellent. That's a full star right there.
Yeah, I mean, that's most of the stars are coming from that. Like, I guess I should say I gave it 3. I'm like the fight scene, and like for them being shitty people, like I enjoy the portrayals of them. Like I thought Renee Zellweger was good in this. I just didn't like her. I thought Hugh Grant, as always, is just a charming son of a bitch. Like, but just a real piece of shit.
You know what kind of ruined this for me too?
What's that?
Because I was going to go higher.
Yeah.
And then as soon as this was over, it brought up the sequel.
Yeah.
And so I watched the trailer. He's back. Hugh Grant's back. It's the same.
Yeah.
I don't know what the storyline is, but it's pretty obvious that it's between those two again. And I'm like, thought we had this figured out.
No, it's
so
far
like
from
knowing that she gets back into that situation, I'm like, what the hell? I don't know if I'm interested in this at all.
Yeah, far from figured out.
But all right, let's find another one then.
All right, I don't have a phone. Well, I lost my phone. I had a phone.
It was a great weekend. There's a lot going on.
I lost the list as well, but thankfully, quite serendipitously, if you will, gonna work that in.
We'd have been in a real Malik collusion.
We sure as shit would have. I had texted you the list not long ago because you wanted to check it out. You actually showed our guest host from last week, Amber, the list so she could pick up. So thank you, Amber, for asking for the list. We may have to shut everything down. This whole thing would have just been kaput.
We would have just filled it up with expendable movies and Fast and the Furious.
But there's
like 30 Mission Impossibles.
There are. But you've got the list today.
Yes.
So if you could please let us know how many we're up to and roll a number for us and figure out what movie we're doing next week.
This has it at 167, but I have 15 more movies that I'm putting on there.
Oh, yeah. We're adding to it. I didn't get a chance.
Let's bring this up to 182.
Oh, okay.
We have number 156.
That's high.
That is high, which is going to be... this feels like Power.
What is it?
You're not going to believe what we just got.
What is it?
Our first Nicolas Cage
Get
movie.
the fuck out!
City of Angels.
Yes!
Yes, sir.
It's like this whole miserable birthday weekend was leading up to this one moment.
This is happening.
Nicolas Cage comes in like a shining angel.
Fuck, I really should have
lift us out of our hungover, depressed
Why did I
states.
not get an air horn?
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Great news.
Sir.
That is serendipitous. How about that?
That's wonderful.
God damn. All right, well, until next week, everybody.
Guys, we're doing this.
When we discuss our first Nicolas Cage movie, City of Angels. I've never seen it, have you?
I have.
Oh,
this
really?
is the one that the Goo Goo Dolls wrote that song for.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we got a lot of Goo Goo Dolls in this one.
Oh, well.
We get some beach walking.
I'm not as excited as I was. All right, well, next week, City of Angels, Nicolas Cage. It's been a long time coming.
Oh, yeah, man.
Until then, please follow us, like us, subscribe to us, wherever you get your podcast. Check us out on Facebook. You can find us at You've Got Mail. CJ makes a sweet, sweet meme every week.
Fuck, I'm late.
I was going to say, I haven't seen the one for...
it's been a long weekend.
This airs tomorrow, so that meme's going to be popping up any second now. And reach out to us, you've.gotmails@yahoo.com, or you can message us on Facebook. Let us know where you're listening from. If we have a British listener, I think we had questions. I forget what they were exactly, but British flirting. Do you do it through email? Is it very polite and formal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They use the word. Did you notice? I watched this with. I'm sorry, I'm derailing, going right back into the movie.
That's fine.
I watched this with subtitles on. They use the word, and I'm going to say this in the British term, cunt.
Oh,
3 times in this movie. All 3 times the subtitles say cow.
really?
Yeah, thought it was kind of interesting.
That is interesting.
All right, I'm sorry. Get back to what you were doing there.
I was just wrapping us up. Until next time, everyone, stay romantic. Don't be shit to each other.
That's right. Good podcasts don't end like that.
The fuck they don't. Or yes, they fucking do. Whatever he said. God bless you, Colin Firth.